done.
Well, Maria, police say that those women walked out of the store here with lobster and steak, but they didn't get far. Officers arrested them out here in the parking lot. Cell phone video shows two women berating and attacking workers Sunday evening as stunned shoppers stare in disbelief. That's crazy. Oh, nah. Others watching the combative confrontation can't understand it.
I'm speechless because it doesn't matter the reason. It's not supposed to act like that.
Investigators say the women deliberately slipped higher-priced food like lobster, ribeye steaks, and truffle butter in blue bags while they were checking out. And police say when workers confronted them about not paying for the items, the women started attacking them and yelling racial slurs.
People are shoplifting. They're getting beat up for trying to stop the people. That's not fair to them. I mean, it's really messed up.
Police arrested Olivia and Regine Bird in the parking lot. The sisters are now facing charges, including assault and battery. Other shoppers say they have sympathy for the workers who are dedicated to their jobs.
I just see they have worked hard over here.
They went and assaulted people in a store in public. That's not all right.
Chandler Cochran is a mom of 4 kids, Caden, Aniston, Barrett, and Ari. 2 of her children have special medical needs, so while her husband works, she homeschools. She relies on SNAP benefits to help feed her family.
Without it, it makes things hard and struggling and makes things near impossible. And we have, 4 of them to take care of, so there's always something that they need and outgrowing and clothes, and it's just a constant battle.
Facing the reality that next month's help won't arrive, Chandler is already facing tough choices.
Now losing it in November with Christmas coming, we're going to have to pick between groceries and Christmas presents, and obviously you got to feed your family. So,
as parents like Chandler try to find new ways to feed their families, they're turning to food pantries, like Neighborhood Pantry here in Papillion. The Neighborhood says they've already seen an increase they haven't seen before, and as November approaches, they say they're preparing for the impact. Since the shutdown began, Melissa Nelson, the executive director of Neighborhood, told me her nonprofit food pantry has seen a 35% jump in people seeking help.
With the influx of families coming in, donations aren't keeping up with that. So it's just everything comes in, it's gone within a week.
We're live with more on the possible impacts both people and local food banks could see. Jonah?
Yeah, food pantries are already stretched thin with the resources and the food. Now with Foodstamp funding on the chopping block, people are trying to save what they could and stack up on what they can get.
I don't think that's good. I think we should be able to still get our food stamps, for real.
As the federal government shutdown continues, SNAP benefits could be next on the chopping block.
We're going to run out of money in 2 weeks.
Alexandra London is one of thousands of people across the state who receive SNAP benefits, better known as food stamps.
Some people have to pay their bills. They have children in school and stuff, and I think it's not right at all for the people to be going through all that.
She says she's already trying to make ends meet, and losing her food stamps could be worst-case scenario.
You see, I'm at the food bank. Look, you see what I have to do?
Data shows that there are more than 800,000 SNAP recipients in the state. Looking at the parish breakdown, Orleans, Jefferson, Tangipahoa, and St. Tammany ranked at the top 10.
The government's shutting down, and it's affecting people. It really is. They might not think it is, but a lot of folks are hurting.
As people brace for a possible blow, they are turning to food pantries.
We've been seeing more people come in, more families.
Tanja Demery with Giving Hope says the demand for food is steadily rising, but the supply is low.
I think that if the food stamps are cut, I don't even think that we're going to be able to keep up with that.
As families find ways to put food on the table, they're pleading.
Let's follow the money. Let's follow the money, because that's why I'm telling you, I do not believe this is going to happen. Now, I'm not telling y'all to go out there and waste your food stamp. You better stretch that freaking food stamp until the 1st of November till you know, yay or nay. Okay. So for all y'all that get job stamps at the last week of October, the middle part of October, you better hold on to it. You better tell them little chunky monkey kids of yours. That's right. I call them chunky monkey. I see some of these little chubby kids, especially these little boys. I just be feeling sorry for them. Child, they got little tatas, little breasts as big as a woman 25 years old breastfeeding. Some of y'all is not, and I'm not punishing, I'm not laughing, not being mean. I'm just keeping real. Some of these people will not, it will not kill them to miss or to fast a couple of days. Because if our Holy Father, Jesus of Nazareth, if he could have, he fasted for 30 days or 31 days and it did not delete him, it did not kill him. In fact, it will strengthen your body and cleanse your body of impurities, of gross tumors and all that. Costco, Republican. Honeybee, Honeybake, Republican. Smithfield, Republican. Walmart, Republican. Butterball, Republican. These people, they're not fixing to let their money go. They're not fixing, you guys, they're not fixing to lose their money. They're not fixing to fumble the bag. They're gonna do just like when this man went and he called and told the people at the Coca-Cola and the Pepsi and all these soda companies that he wants them to put cane sugar. They're gonna call him too and say, hey, big fella, we need them dollars. We can't lose these holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas dollars. We can't lose them dollars for our Butterball, Smithfield ham, all that other good yummy stuff. They can't lose some dollars. So that's how I know this whole mess is a scare tactic. Let's get to the real deal right now. Do you think they're going to cut off those refugees and asylum seekers from South Africa? You think they're going to cut off the Ukrainian, the Afghanistanian? Hell no. They're not cutting their food stamps off. So if they're not going to cut their food stamps off, you can't cut off Shamika, Ebony, Laquita, Boom Keisha, Esmeralda, Hortensia, Priscilla Ann, Lou Ann, and Betty Ann down there in Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida. You can't cut their food stamps off. No, you can't. Okay.
The law earlier this year forced states to put limitations on SNAP benefits by November. Those changes went into effect in Nebraska Monday.
We're entering an unnecessarily difficult time for food insecurity in Nebraska and the nation.
Advocates are especially concerned about how refugees are affected.
We welcomed refugees into this country and then pulled the financial rug out from underneath them and said, here you go, do that.
Alexander Onivchuk brought his family to Omaha in 2022 to escape the Ukrainian war.
I was sure that United States will protect and serve us.
He's utilized SNAP benefits until he could open his business. Now he has to find other options.
We are using Omaha food banks, different food banks. This organization is very helpful for me and for my family.
Nonprofits want to help, but they're upset with how the situation has been handled. Advocate Amanda Hall says DHHS notifications about changes came too late, and now they aren't prepared.
There's just a massive ripple effect there, and for me as a nonprofit leader, it just feels like we're not thinking things through.
Despite the cuts, Onivchuk remains hopeful.
We are not losing our belief. We believe that everything will be good, and now we are a very good country we live in.
Izzy Fonfera-Joel.
Living Fresh Market will give away free produce starting in November. The store kicked off its Give Back Mondays program with free groceries for a few lucky shoppers. shopping took off at Living Fresh Market. Raffle winners won a 60-second shopping spree to fill their carts. With helpers like State Representative LaShawn Ford and Speaker of the House Chris Welch, the winners filled the cart with meat and provisions.
When I took off, I thought about Thanksgiving. Meat.
The store hopes to create excitement, community, and goodwill when it appears that SNAP benefits will be cut. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program provides food assistance to nearly 2 million Illinoisans. Because of the federal government shutdown, the funding could end November 1st.
I know that there's going to be some families who won't be able to have food for their children, and so since I know that I will be able to donate, I wanted to give to somebody because it's getting ready to be Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving means that you should give.
The threat to SNAP benefits isn't just a hardship on households. It's going to impact independent stores like this one, the number of jobs they can provide, and their very existence.
For SNAP to be in jeopardy, a lot of times that's about a third of a grocer's revenue. So it's very impactful. That means jobs are at stake. We can't get the inventory that we need.
Lawmakers urge neighbors to support Living Fresh Market, the nation's largest black-owned supermarket, especially during economic crisis. With personal budgets tightening, shoppers are planning ahead.
This helps a ton. Meat is the most expensive thing to shop for the holidays. So, yes, it helps a ton. Huh? I have a deep freezer, a freezer, all of the things.
It's needed real bad.
We have been in line about 2 hours.
2 hours.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you concerned about the government shutdown?
Yes, ma'am.
Santerica Davis brought her grandmother, Catherine Tyler.
Because they cut the stamps off, but that's why we're in this line.
But Miss Tyler says her concern is much bigger than herself.
Because these little children, they can't feed themselves, so that means you shut them down. The kids, the little baby, they cannot eat. And a lot of disabled people like me.
She's not alone. There's others worried about the homebound population.
I feel sorry for them, because a lot of them, they can't get out, and try to get what they need to get.
A spokesperson with the Mid-South Food Bank tells us 275 households were served today as part of the mobile pantry program. Items distributed like rice, beans, and child-friendly snacks. As many are concerned about the lack of benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP program, the Food Bank offers this advice.
So you prepare as best you can if you know.
Of thousands in the Silver State. Many families telling me Tuesday that they're preparing for the loss.
Say hi.
This is Selena Edwards' first time at the Aftermarket Food Pantry in the Northeast Valley.
You want an apple?
Selena's 2 daughters joining her on the shopping trip Tuesday. What are your children's names?
Christina and Camila.
Okay, great. How old are they?
1 and 2.
But it's not a normal trip for the Edwards family.
I would normally be able to shop on the grocery side, but due to not having benefits and such, and I have no income either, I have to shop on the pantry side.
You see, Selena tells me that she can't work due to an injury, so the only money coming in is from her husband. But that money goes quick.
Bills.
And doesn't stretch much further?
No, not usually.
So they rely on SNAP benefits to feed themselves, their daughters, and 4-year-old son. They were taken away like it
would
seems
drastically impact our whole family.
And that could happen starting November 1st. The USDA saying that SNAP benefits won't go out that day, impacting many here in our valley. Navy vet James Sanders has to renew his benefits but can't due to the shutdown. Would you try to get any other items if you had SNAP benefits? I mean, what were you able to?
If I had SNAP benefits, yeah, I like to get some milk, some eggs, and stuff like that.
But not able to today?
No.
And local Rick Moore says that he's holding on to his faith during this time.
And now they're taking it away completely. It's scary. It's worth praying about. It's that type of scare.
Just some of the faces now forced to take advantage of food pantries like this one to help make it through the shutdown.
These types of things do help out a lot, and I'm very grateful for them.
Reporting in the Northeast Valley, I'm Ryan Ketchum.
Who are elderly and disabled have their cards loaded for the first 4 months, first 4 days of the month. And then after that, every other day, a group is loaded. And we have been pouring through the demographics, through the data, to ensure that we could segregate the card holders, to ensure that we are capturing the most vulnerable in that category. So those on the program who meet the criteria that I just laid out, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to do one thing. We will be putting out guidance in the next 24 hours. But again, if you get your benefits card loaded on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, or the 4th, don't panic. We'll be putting guidance, and you will have money on that EBT card. Thanks to these gentlemen behind us. And let me tell you what other states are doing. Yesterday, on October 28th, a coalition of 25 states and D.C., led by Democrat attorney generals, sued the federal government over its decision to suspend the food assistance program. Good luck. It'll be interesting. Don't think they're going to make it, but
I want to start by making one thing abundantly clear. What President Trump is doing on the hunger issue and on the nutrition issue is immoral. I am the ranking member on the Appropriations Committee, and I promise you that there is funding available to provide SNAP benefits beyond November 1st. There is, at the very least, over $5 billion in contingency funds that Congress set aside. Congress, Democrats and Republicans, set aside explicitly to pay out SNAP benefits in the event of some unforeseen circumstances, like President Trump's shutdown. They are, in fact, by doing this in violation of the Empowerment Control Act of 1974. The contingency funding that we set aside for SNAP is not optional spending. It is required by the law. We appropriated that money for this purpose. The White House must spend it, and what they are doing right now, blocking these funds from going out, is illegal. As a matter of fact, on October 1st, they took $750 million from this fund to deal with paying benefits in Puerto Rico and providing administrative costs to other states. So they acknowledge that this fund can be used in order to deal with SNAP benefits. There's nothing stopping the Trump administration from making sure that every single one of the 42 million Americans, 16 million children, 8 million seniors, 4 million people with disabilities, 1.2 million veterans receive nutrition assistance in November. And we are at a cost of living crisis with skyrocketing food costs. And President Trump is doing right now is using the fear that so many working people have about where their next meal is coming from as a political bargaining chip. Does anyone actually believe for 1 second that if President Trump really wanted to cover the SNAP benefits, they would not be able to find the money? When he wanted to bail out his buddy in Argentina, they found $40 billion. When he wanted to build a new ballroom to host his billionaire donors, they found $350 million. They found them.
I spoke with one man who just graduated nursing school. He just passed his nursing test, so he got his licensure. He's still looking for jobs and has been on food stamps throughout his nursing school program to feed his 2 twin daughters who are 11 years old. He told me that he came to the food bank just to make sure that he has enough food to put on the table for them next week. Take a listen to what he had to say as well as a food bank distributor.
The insecurity of next month. I don't know if I'm going to have food stamps, or I may have it or I may not. But I know for one thing, my kids have to eat. So a good parent does whatever it takes
to provide for their kids.
It will bring more crime because people are going to feel like I have to get it how I get it.
And Cheryl, who you just heard there, who has worked at a local food bank here in New Orleans for the last 7 years, really just wants politicians on both sides of the aisle in Washington, D.C. to understand